Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is John. Thanks for checking out the channel. Apologize, I look a mess. I just got off the bike, or the Peloton. I have two packages I want to hurry and open up, so I will be flipping over the camera here in just a moment. Before I do, a couple of things. Made my first golden auction purchase, which they are in the mail. Multiple cards and kind of an interesting format. I watched a video or two. I think it might have actually been Sports Card Radio of all people, who originally kind of turned me on to golden auction. And I know that's not necessarily, that might sound odd to some of you guys that know kind of the history between Ken Golden and Sports Card Radio and some of their opinions and thoughts, but they've been making purchases on Golden's website. And anyway, so I took an opportunity, found a couple of cards, found one card that I didn't get the greatest deal on, slightly below eBay comps, but it's a card that I've been kind of, not searching hard for. There's a million of them out there. But I did win the card, or one of the cards that I was after. A couple of others went for more than I thought that they should have, after paying the buyer's premium and everything that's associated with it. And then and most of those were higher graded cards, and everything I bid on was graded. I think most everything you'll see on Golden auctions is graded, singles wise, but the mid-tier grade was actually a card I needed for my collection, and looks like a good solid copy. It'd be interesting to see them get in. Part of the whole purchase was to understand how Golden Auctions works. I may actually look to do some flipping on Golden Auctions. For those that may have not been following along very close, or been following along this channel very closely. And I don't know that I've talked about it a ton. I've maybe just kind of hinted at it more than talked about it, but I'm doing some card flipping on COMC in 2023. If you go to our website, chasingmajors.com, there's some links to our page, our COMC portal, or store, however you want to think of it. And I am looking to send a handful, more than a handful, but quite a few duplicates that I have in my collection. Most of those will be vintage 70s and 60s baseball, a little bit of football, a little bit of basketball. But in preparation for selling on COMC, I started doing a little bit of flipping. And by the way, I'm curious if you guys have any thoughts on whether you'd like to see a video related to that. I've been tracking, and I'm very meticulously watching what I've spent, what I've invested so far in the flipping space, what my sell-through rate is, what my return on investment is, my margins, those sort of things. So if you guys are interested, I'd have no problem sharing some of that data with you guys. But I'm also looking at possibly doing some of that with Golden. I don't know that the percentages are quite as well on Golden. I know that there's some kind of unique things that I can do to get more inventory onto Goldens, and kind of using the PSA vault, because Golden is now owned by PSA, but using the PSA vault to kind of get cards into the vault, and then being able to sell them more easily on Golden, as opposed to selling them on eBay or other platforms. So it's kind of a couple of different things. I'm not sure that I will fully, but I wanted to understand how the buying process worked. Wanted to understand how active the cards were in the after hours bidding, or the after hours. I don't know what else, how they would phrase it per se. But if you're not familiar, there's a cutoff time, and then people who have previously bidded can now bid in those after hours. And if it doesn't retain a bid in the first, or after about 15 minutes or something like that, if there's no activity on it, then the highest bidder essentially gets it at that point in time. So a little bit unique. It's kind of like old bid boards back in the day. If you guys had card shops nearby that did old bid boards, I know that there was some logic there that kind of reminded me of old bid board sort of days. Anyway, I'm going to try and make this one short. So I'm just going to flip the camera around, show you guys these two packages. We'll go ahead and open them up. This will be an unpackaging. 2 cards, both baseball, one vintage, one modern. Let's just flip it around. Let's show you guys what we got. Okay, got a couple of eBay packages that just came in. Actually, I guess maybe not just. This one I've had for a couple of days. I just haven't opened it up yet. Pretty excited about this one now. Figured I'd do more of a unpackaging on these. So you will see them at the same time I do. First one's graded. Man, that's in there tight. There it is. There we go. 1958 Willie Mays in a PSA 3. And I'm pretty stoked about that one. Let you guys take a look, centering wise. Corners, obviously not perfect. Not seeing any creases, which I didn't expect that there was, though with PSA 3, you never know. Back of the card. Yeah, pretty stoked with that one. So that'll go in my Willie Mays collection. 1958, pretty happy about that. Second package just got delivered today. It is not graded. And this will give me, I think, a full sweep on his rookie cards. And it is a modern card, which I know I don't share a lot of modern cards on my channel here. And it is a 2014 Mookie Betts Stadium Club rookie card. Now, Mookie does not have a lot of cards. He's got the Topps Update, the Update Chrome. He's got a Bowman First. And I have all 3 of those. But I did not have this one. And probably paid a few extra bucks for this one. They sell between 20 and 30 bucks. I paid 24. I know I was watching one that just actually finished tonight. And I think it went for 20. So, not a huge overpay, but super happy to have this one. The one that completed tonight had a bit of a bum corner, so corners on this one look pretty clean. Thought about getting this one graded, but the raw copies, like I said, 20, 25 bucks. Graded 9s, you're paying a 4X, 5X, so ultimately decided to go with a non-graded version, and I'm pretty stoked to add that one. So like I said, from a base Mookie rookie card perspective, that will complete my base Mookies, and then another Willie Mays. So those are a couple of pickups. I do have a golden auction pickup that I completed. It was my first golden auction, completed last Thursday. I did ship those to me. They haven't arrived yet. I probably actually won't get them now for another week, as I'm headed to Nashville on Wednesday. I do plan on attending a Nashville card shop or two. I'll have some downtime. My wife's actually doing a business trip, and I'm actually going out for some pleasure. So while she's at a business events, I will be either on the golf course or attending a couple of different card shops, just to go see what the local market looks like and see if there's any deals out there that I might be able to capitalize on. So if anybody happens to know any Nashville card stores that I should be going to, or any recommendations, feel free to let me know. If not, these are the two pickups, both baseball, one's vintage, one's non-vintage. I do think Mookie is a surefire Hall of Famer at this point. I think, one of the stats I personally like to look at is WAR with plate appearances. So anybody who's had at least 5,000 plate appearances, I'd like to do a calculation of WAR divided by plate appearances. And if you were to look at that with somebody with over 5,000 plate appearances, for position players, Mookie Betts is the 10th best baseball player, position player in the history of baseball with at least 5,000 plate appearances. So whether he'll be able to keep that up through the second half of his career, I'm not sure. But it's pretty staggering when you look at where he's currently positioned. Trout's number 3 or 4. Babe Ruth is number 1 if you were to go look at that list. It's a pretty common list. It's just, again, WAR divided by plate appearances. And I'll just tell you just how effective at a plate appearance perspective, which is different than at-bats, but I'm not going to go into all those details. But it'll tell you just how effective they were as a hitter, generally speaking. And then obviously WAR, depending upon which WAR you're looking at. Baseball Reference WAR specifically, I think, is normally where I get most of my data from. But it'll give you a pretty good idea of just exactly how effective that player is. So Mookie would be, at this point, trending towards a surefire Hall of Famer. That's why I wanted to pick up this card, and I think it's a really cool card. It's we're all really used to seeing the Topps update. And for a guy who doesn't have a ton of rookie cards, when we look at kind of modern day comparisons, a Shohei Ohtani, a Aaron Judge, he's got a very limited subset of rookie cards for a surefire Hall of Famer that's currently in the league. To me, it's just a no-brainer. So those are the two pickups. I hope you guys like it. We'll just go ahead and wrap this up here. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel as always. If you like what we're doing and you want to be a part of the team, feel free to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you don't mind. We'd certainly appreciate that. We like hearing all feedback. You're more than welcome to send me emails. Most feedback I'm getting is via emails through the website. If you've never checked out the website, it's chasingmajors.com. There's a few cool things out there that you guys can go play around with, the price guide and some other things. So feel free to check out the website. Drop me an email if you guys want. All those details are on the website as well, generally in the descriptions below. So with that, I probably actually won't talk with you guys for another week unless I do a kind of a more live, in the moment sort of posting with little to no editing based upon any pickups that I might get in Nashville. If not, I will try and do a little bit of a video next week around this same time, providing any sort of feedback status related to Nashville cards, our card shops, and what the scene looks like out there. Above and beyond that, those golden auctions, I'm hoping, I know that they said that they shipped them, so I'm hoping that those will be in and we'll be able to do a little bit of mail day for it. And then I did make a couple of purchases as well on eBay that so we'll be able to add those to the next mail day video. Again, let's go ahead and wrap it up here, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll just chat with you guys all later.